If you don't want a fixer, don't buy the house that has, a tree growing out of the gutters and it looks like it needs a whole new roof. I think everybody has their vision of their dream home, and especially when you're making a decision in what your home is going to look like, or your next home is going to look like, it's really important to communicate with the partner and other decision maker as to what that looks like, and to ensure that your vision of what that is aligns. Sometimes my job includes actually facilitating those conversations so we can be really crystal clear before we even set out, boots on the ground, seeing homes, to just make sure that we're all on the same page with what we are actually looking for. Real estate can be compromise. What you might envision and where you might envision your next home might not necessarily align with what your budget is. And we see that a lot. That's why it's really important to actually start doing your homework and do the research ahead of time. It's never too early to start researching a market that you're buying into. It's the biggest thing that most people will spend their money on. It's the biggest investment that most people have. So it's really important to become very clear on not just what the market is doing, but what the prices of the homes are going for. And sometimes that even looks like watching for an extended length of time ahead of time to ensure that you have enough information that if you are in a really competitive and active market, you're able to jump in and act decisively and make good informed decisions. The other things that you can be doing is really look at the areas. Research the areas that you want to live in, that you think are going to be a match for your family or yourself or your future goals for investing. And then, look at things that matter to you. Look at the school districts. Look at the zoning. There's a lot of research that you can be doing ahead of time to determine, hey, you know what? Don't even set foot in the house if it's not in the right school district. Don't even bother making an appointment to see it if you know that a 28-unit apartment building is going in next door and that's not gonna jive for you. There's a lot of things that you can do to eliminate places that are potentially not gonna work for you ahead of time. And then what you're left over with, you can then even research in greater detail. Do a drive-by. Make sure that the neighborhood feels like a place that you can envision setting up shop or investing in or raising your family in, whatever that looks like to you. Make sure that, if there are things from the exterior that you can see and observe ahead of time that are uncomfortable for you, then if you don't want a fixer, don't buy the house that has, a tree growing out of the gutters and it looks like it needs a whole new roof. There are definitely things that you can do ahead of time to say, you know what, this one also, we can cross it off the list. Again, the closer that you can get to really honing in on the properties that will work for you, then you can also investigate the listing itself, because oftentimes now people are being really proactive in including virtual tours and Matterport tours in the listing itself. If that's the case, then you can actually complete almost like a tentative walkthrough before you actually physically walk through the property. Be prepared if you get to the stage in time when you are then making appointments to actually see those houses or those properties that might actually work for you. Be prepared to, mask up, put on booties, glove up in some cases. It's really going to depend on the seller's level of comfort and how they are allowing people to view the property when you're finally there.